Boy, that thing purring like a kitten, boy. Hot damn. $1,100 who? I ain't paying that junk. Shoot. All I need is a grinder, a hammer, and a screwdriver, boy. What? What's up, everybody? Just a little quick story time. That's happened to me a couple months ago, or last month, rather. Huge shout out to my best friend, Jet. And huge shout out to my buddy, Mike, from work and everything. I believe in the universe takes care of people or whatever, you know, good vibrations, get good vibrations back, you know, always try to see the positive and everything. So, my fuel pump went out on my car, and this is my only car that I have up here and everything. I haven't got my truck up here yet. And luckily enough, my friend Jet, she had her little Honda up here, so she let me borrow it and everything, you know, to get to work. And my buddy Mike, being that me and him stay in the same town or the city, and we work at the same place, obviously, he came and scooped me up one day and everything like that whenever my car basically died at the end of my driveway. It was basically half of the tail of it was hanging out of my driveway until I got off work. And let me see, me and him came back once we got off and everything, and he was like, yeah, let's try to push up the driveway. My driveway has a pretty steep incline. I was like, man, I don't think we can be able to make it. And then especially being that I wasn't going to be able to help him because I had to steer. And I was like, man, we can just push in the road. So he's like, all right, we pushed in the road and everything and got out the way. So I was like, I greatly appreciate it. And that's my boy. I'd do anything in the world for him. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to say. One of the quick things before I start off the whole little tutorial. Be kind to one another. Like I said, try to see the positive in every situation. I was fortunate to have 2 people up here and everything that would look out for me and stuff like that right there. So, you know what I mean? Try to reciprocate that as much as you can. Anywho, on to the video. I know I just said on to the video, whatever, but another brief backstory, because if I mention it in the video, I'm not about to cut it out because I'm lazy. But yeah, my fuel pump went out. So I checked the fuses. Now I checked the hidden fuses that's in the trunk. I'll go over them. And I checked the relays or whatever that's up under the hood. All that stuff right there came out good. So I was like, well, it's got to be the fuel pump. Couldn't hear it. Took the back seat up. Still couldn't hear it. If you know anything about old school stuff or whatever, like troubleshooting, that's the word. You can take like a screwdriver or extension or something that is solid all the way through. I couldn't think of a better word. Let's say like a screwdriver or extension, and you could like put it up on something, and it's kind of like a stethoscope. I know I mispronounced that. I'm not a doctor. And you know, you can hear if things are running. You can hear about rockers, about lifters, about spark plugs or spark plugs, whatever, you know, popping off or whatever. You know, you put it on the header and everything, you know, all that type stuff. But anyway, the fuel pump basically went out, and I mean, my car is 2026 now, so it's 16 years old, so it's ran its lifespan. So I called a shop down the street from me, whatever, and I luckily enough they priced it, and they said, yeah, it'll be about, I guess before it got done, I was like, what, about $700-800 or something like that right there? Because most of you paying for labor and then the part, because they're never going to give you the part for the price that they pay. They're going to give you the price that it costs. So it's going to be a GM pump. It's $400. It's a GM OEM pump, so it's like $400. I was like, damn. But you know, that's what they use. They use OEM parts, so I can't blame them. And I'm sure they get a little bit of kickback, obviously, between what they pay versus what it costs to a regular person. And then it would have been labor. They said 4 to 6 hours, I can't remember, of labor, because you would have to drop the drive shaft, drop the exhaust, drop the tank, pull it out of the tank, put it back in the tank, put the tank back up, put the exhaust back up, put the drive shaft back up. you can do that in the yard. You can do that in the driveway. If my driveway is flat, I can do it in the garage. I was thinking about doing it out there in the street. You know, as long as you got like a jack stands and stuff like that there, and the tools that it takes to do it. And I did. But then I got to thinking. I was like, well, and this is like before like the first ice storm was going to happen in late January. And I was like, damn. Because I wanted to get it done by that weekend or whatever, you know, so I wouldn't have to be a burden on both of my friends. And, you know, even though they both said that they'd come get me or I could use the car or anything like that, again, I just try my best to take care of the situations as quick as I can, you know, if I'm able to. And so I was like, well, I can knock it out this weekend, and you know, if I wanted to do it. Lo and behold, it didn't freeze like they were supposed to do. It wasn't like a whole day after tomorrow situation like they were claiming. So, but anyway, I did it the fast way, and this is the way I'm going to show you. It's basically making a trap door up under the back seat right above where the fuel pump is. It's a little bit messy. Tad is a little bit brash. Tad is a little bit leery. Yes, because you are dealing with gas, fumes, and if you're doing it with a cutoff wheel that throws sparks, fumes is what ignites. Sparks are hot, therefore you can cause fire. You can do it with 10 snips. I didn't have 10 snips because I would have needed like both pair. I would have needed a left hand and a right hand. I could have had a left hand from work or whatever, but I didn't think we had a right hand, and they had the straight kind. I don't think that wouldn't did very well. So I just used a grinder. Now, again, to do it the proper way for a shop, just say 4 to 6 hours. And I forgot to tell y'all the price, I think. The price overall was going to be more or less $1,100. Wow. So, because I done priced the fuel pump. Though they were right about the OEM, it was like $350 or whatever. Or just a regular aftermarket one was like $200 to $250, depending and stuff, whether you ordered it from Amazon or whatever, or you know, just got it from a parts store. I got mine from O'Reilly's. It was like $250. And if I would have did it the proper way, it would probably took me a day, just to be honest, a day, because I would have probably got frustrated trying to take all that stuff down in the road, trying not to have my legs kicked out in the road while I'm doing it. And then, you know, temperature, cold, and stuff like that are weather factors. Or I could do it the fast way and the cheaper way. And, well, you'll see. I got it done pretty fast. But, yeah, man. Just to go show you, there's always more one ways to skin a cat. Just do your homework. Do what needs to be done and things like that right there. Anyways, y'all take it easy. Be safe. Peace. Alright, so I'm going to assume that my fuel pump went out in my Camaro. So I could do it the proper way to drop the tank. And that's jacking it up, pulling the exhaust, pulling the drive shaft, then dropping the tank, unplug everything, pull the pump out. Or I can go to the floor. So that's what I'm going to go to the floor and up under the back seat. 7x7 square. Hopefully I don't blow myself up. But we shall see. If I come back and I'm all scarred and everything, you know what happened. Well, there you go. It wasn't too bad. So now I just got to sit here and wait till the fuel pump arrives. And I want to pop down there out and then have the whole entire thing smell like gas. But tricky part's done. Hopefully this is the issue, which I'm about to switch this bitch on and see if I hear that motherfucker cut on now. So you normally hear it vibrate or, you know, buzz for like 2 or 3 seconds. Alright, so got a new pump. Just got to put the float on it and get this fucker out. I need to stop cursing so much. Need to get this guy out. So, uno momento, por favor. Alright, well, got it popped up. I guess because it's under a little bit of tension and everything. There's a little bit of a aggravating to get. Now, this is in the way, but whatever. We'll get it. Well, you can tell I'm from the country and just taking parts out and just leaving them around. I done took the fuel pump out, left it over there by the dang tree. I can see it. There it is. I can see it. whatever, it's about a tree. But I wasn't expecting that much gas to be right there. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not welding this thing back on. If I was at my parents' house, I would. Probably wouldn't. Anyway, let me go ahead and get this new pump in. Alright, got the new one in. And because it has a little spring in it or whatever, you got to make sure that you just get it down and everything. Just plunge it up and down and everything and try to see where exactly it settles at and everything before you try to put the ring on it. Trust me. Figure out where that gear needs to go. Then slide the ring on. Anywho, I'm gonna purge it. Not purge it, but you know, whatever. About to see if it picks up. Hold on to your butts. Even though like I did hear it before I hit start on the camera. See, that's what it's supposed to do. Hot damn, boys. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Cool beans, son. And the shop was going to charge me. Anyway, the shop was going to charge me $1,100. Even though they were going to do it the proper way. Drop the exhaust, all that jazzy stuff. Drop the exhaust, drive shaft, yada, yada, yada. Drop tank, boom. They was going to say they was going to get a GM pump. That was like $400 and some odd dollars. This right here was a performance from O'Reilly's. It was $250. I cut the hole in the floor. It took me literally a minute to cut the hole in the floor. Obviously, just don't go too deep. You got plenty of room to do it. You see all that room? The only thing you got to be concerned about is basically that wire loom right there. So just don't go too deep. Shoot. Boom. There it is. Well, boy, $1,100 versus $250 and just some know-how. Anyway, I'm happy. I hope this helped y'all out. I know there's plenty of other videos and everything, but if you watch this one, cool beans, awesome, I appreciate it. Till then, y'all take it easy, be safe, tell somebody you love them. I'm out. Peace. Boy, that thing purring like a kitten, boy. Hot damn. $1,100 who? I ain't paying that junk. Shoot. All I need is a grinder, a hammer, and a screwdriver, boy. Got that mug, what? Alright, so good morning, everybody. I was gonna go to the grocery store in the Camaro. It smells like straight gas in here still. But obviously, because the temperature and everything, I'm not able to like let it air out. I may just take the little Honda or whatever to go to the grocery store real quick. The only thing that I'm concerned about, I mean, the fuel pump's working fine, but I may just wait till I get back. I kind of want to wait till somebody is at the house with me and everything, just in case, because I got a check engine light, which I'm sure that it's probably just a simple code. You know, take it to a parts store or something and let them clear it out, because it's probably like, well, it's getting more air than fuel or something, because I had to take the air intake off and all that type of stuff whenever I was doing my due diligence and checking the fuses and everything and stuff like that. And also, I probably didn't like that I was shoving gas down the throttle body and everything to try and get it to move the very first day that it happened. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just take the little Honda real quick and everything. So I will revisit the Camaro once I get back today or something, which I gotta prep for the dang ice storm. If y'all know, y'all know. This is late January 2026. January 24th to be exact. But yeah, like I said, it's running fine. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood in here, but yeah, it's running fine and stuff. No, yeah, that check engine light just kind of has me concerned. Alright, so upon shutting off and cranking back up, excuse the tire monitor. Those sensors have kind of went out and everything, and I only get 2 tires replaced at a time because I ain't got money like that. And whenever I got them all replaced, I didn't ask him to replace the sensors because it was kind of like I needed tires that day and stuff, and I had them at the house. But yeah, the check engine light went off, so let's see what happens. If I come back later on and I'm pissed, y'all know why. Well, shifting fine, running fine thus far. I know with the back seat still out of the car, there is a lot of noise. Also, with a hole in the floor still. Like I said, I wanted to make sure everything was running good and all that type of stuff before I actually put the patch back over it and stuff. Which I'm gonna just use, again, like I said, make some tabs, stick over it, use some caulking sealant, and then put a piece of sound deadener over it. But yeah, I'm kind of used to loud road noise when it comes to cars because I grew up around building cars and everything. You know, we just driving them down the road without carpet and anything like that or whatever, and no door sealants and stuff and all that jazz. And if you've ever been around race cars, I mean, you know. But yeah, so far so good. But I'm going to double check everything that I did. Like, make sure I got all my screws and stuff tightened and everything like that, especially on the air intake. I think I need to do that. One of them might be snug, but not as tight as I wanted to be. Like I said, I was shoving it back on because I was getting upset. But yeah, I'm probably gonna add this a little bit into the review and everything because this is a 2022 Camaro, and I mean 2022. This is a 2010 Camaro and stuff like that right there, and it's got 1,000. Gosh, I'm not able to talk. It has 199,322 miles on it, and I want to do a 200,000 mile review because I want to rebuild my motor and stuff like that right there and get rid of the DOD delete, and you know, put at least the biggest stage 2 cam in it that I can. I would do stage 3, but with a stage 3 you would need a 3,300 to 4,000 stall, I think, something like that. And I know like the 3,200 stall, which is on the larger end of a stage 2 style cam, that would still be small enough to be drivable every day if I wanted to be still a daily and everything. It wouldn't be revving to like 4,000 RPMs till it actually moved an inch. I ain't really concerned about gas mileage or anything like that. I kind of am, but then I ain't. Because again, I'm used to older stuff, and I still judge everything based on 10 miles per gallon. I'll put it like that. Even this car. But yeah, again, so far so good. And it ain't like I'm got a blower or anything on this car, or turbos or anything like that yet. But yeah, I didn't need to get a bigger fuel pump and everything than what it just a OEM or stock style one. Anywho, go get some groceries and see if I make it back to the house. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to this gasoline smell out of here, because obviously I become nose blind to it after 20 seconds. But I'm not trying to have like my clothes or anything smell like that afterwards. Why did it have to be like 35 degrees outside today? And possible rain and wintry mix and stuff. But all in all, just came out of the grocery store and headed back to the house. So yeah. Because I done passed Harbor Freight and everything. I could have got some brake cleaner. And, it evaporated out. I don't know, I might hit it with some soap and water or something, and drill a hole in a water bottle and spray around where the gas was. I drill a hole in the cap of the water bottle and use it as like a little squirt bottle. Anyway, we rocking, baby, we rocking. Also, why I just thought about it, because I was just trying to see if it just didn't have enough gas in it, like the day it wanted to go out. So I grabbed like my 2.5 gallon jug and everything and just went and got some 87. I normally put 91 or 93 in it. It's a 6.2 or whatever. Obviously it prefers higher grade. So now what I got to do is basically drive most of this gas out, put 91 or 93 back in it, run all of that just about out, and then put more 91 or 93 in it, you know, to continue on, basically to get all of the 87 out of it. And once that happens, I have to take the computer relay thing or whatever out to reset the fuel ratio thing, majigger or whatever. Basically, it resets it to where whatever gas is in it, it makes it where it prefers it. Because if you don't know, with the automatics and everything, I don't know if the manuals do it, but it'll retard the timing and everything like that, because you know you got like the knock sensor and all that type stuff and everything with some high performance motors, to where, you know, whenever it learns what gas is preferred, it wants to stick to that, and if you don't use that particular style gas, it doesn't run right. So basically I'm having to reset my fuel, whatever. But yeah, just another little thing while I was thinking about it and stuff. So yeah, another little quick word of advice: if this right here ever happens to you, or if you know you ever have to do like do different gas or whatever. Anyway, y'all take it easy. And I made it back to the house. And while I got you here, you got the fuel, the fuse boxes in the engine compartment. But the other one, you got to take this back panel off right here with those 6. Move that out of the way. And there it is, right there. The one that controls the fuel pump is that one. It's a 20 amp. And to test it, all I did was, obviously I pulled it out. I looked to see, visually inspected to see if it got popped. It didn't look it, but just to double check, I took the other 20 amp from across from it, plugged in there, and it still didn't do anything. So after I checked the one in the engine compartment, I looked up a forum about that one, and you know, did it, and it didn't do anything. So then I basically realized that it was the fuel pump. So alright folks, so we're back once again. I'm about to finish repairing it all the way. Just double checking to make sure ain't nothing leaking, anything like that and stuff. You can do this right here. You can knock that ring back on with a hammer and a punch or screwdriver. But if you got the budget, go ahead and get the ring or whatever, the GM locking ring. Highly recommend. It's cheap. If I think about it, I'll put it in the description, either up on the screen or whatever. But anywho, if you've seen what I did, I made some tabs, just out of a piece of plastic, riveted them on. And you can tell I had a third one, but it didn't take because the rivets are kind of shallow. And I just didn't feel like drilling it out and all that other stuff. Because I just wanted a little bit of a placeholder just to hold it, you know, up. So whenever I go to glue it and everything, or silicone it, whatever you want to call it, it takes real well. But I'm going to do that. You can tell that it's holding pretty good. I'm about to silicone it and everything all the way around it. I put a dab right there just to hold it in place, and then all the way around it. Let that right there sit up and dry. And then I got sound deadener I'm going to put over the whole entire back seat. But yeah, and that'll pretty much be it. Plenty of other videos and everything that does the same exact thing. But hey, if y'all watch mine, I appreciate it. Y'all take it easy, be safe. Peace. Alright, so just wait for it. I just seen the damn Google car pass. Got a big ass camera on top of it. Wait for it. Here it goes. Alright, so I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying my best to set up my phone so you can kind of see what I'm doing, but it is very difficult. See, I can't even place it where you can see what the hell I'm doing. Alright, well, I mean, you'll just get the dang gist of it, because like I said, it's just me doing this, and I ain't about to just do this with one hand. And it don't help that this right here is cold, but there, so you see that. So just gonna all the way around it, and like I said, let it dry. Wasn't too bad. I don't know, it was just something in me that I needed to smooth it out a little bit, you know, give it a little bit of a bevel. But yep, gonna let that right there sit up probably overnight, come back in the morning and put in my sound deadener. Just a little bit of an outro. I did not go put sound deadener back in it because I just didn't want to. I figured if I was gonna put a piece of sound deadener over it, it might adhere me not being able to hear it. I know I probably did that wrong, but I don't care, whatever. But yeah, I hope this right here helped y'all out. It was annoying, but hey, I like doing things myself also. And if you learn something cool, if you want to share, subscribe, all that jazzy stuff. I have probably more car stuff coming, obviously in the near future. You know, it takes time, patience, and money, stuff like that right there, because I have a job and a life. Anyway, y'all take it easy, be safe, tell somebody you love them. Peace.